Hello gamers and welcome to today's YouTube video on the M5Y, a recently buffed tank, and I've heard the comparisons already. Is this the new chieftain? Question mark. We are gonna find out together. Let's give it a rumble. Alright, the comparison might be a little far-fetched between this and the chief, but let's go over what this tank does really have though. Hold down potential. This minus 12 gun degrees of gun depression is probably the craziest thing that they've done to this tank. Everything else, you can be like, okay, you know, buffing the reload, yep. But this minus 12 degrees of gun depression. Now, the good thing is that this is not like a thing on every map where you can play minus 12. The second good thing is, of course, that unlike the chieftain with this, when it fully depresses its gun, the cupola is still very visible. It actually becomes more visible because it lifts it up, right? This would be more ideal, or like flat, right? So you're kind of hiding it. You're giving the opponent something to shoot at, so he doesn't shoot at, for example, your hinges. I think that these are hinges that he could shoot at. So taking that into consideration, we're still going to go up here. But still, minus 12 is a lot of gun depression to have. Tank gets held back a little bit, which is a good thing. But the fact that it has 310 heat, which is of course not amazing. Most new heat tanks have 320. But this to have 310, so it makes it a bit harder to play, a bit more annoying. And again, that's good, because otherwise, whew, this tank would be far too potent. And even now, it is already pretty good IMO. We're gonna see throughout these battles what we're able to do. We're getting 2 shots on them going up, and do remember this gun handling is with 440 alpha. You'd say like, oh man, it handles kind of like the E5, bro. That's pretty cool. But then you gotta remember that the E5 is the E5 with 400 alpha, and this tank has 440. Now that is very different in my opinion. It's a whole different ballgame. You'd say 40 alpha doesn't matter, but size always matters. Don't let anybody lie to you. The person that said size doesn't matter had a small PP. I need to be very careful now because I'm gonna peek the Badger. Or they're going to try to peek the Badger. Just making sure I don't peek too much. At the same time either. I don't just randomly get blasted by 183. And also look behind. My teammates have put in a flanking motion. Yeah. Gorilla peeking. Open a little bit of the Badger deals with those. The AV is still alive though. Don't find a lower play there. Gotta be careful, man. The AV is gonna peek this guy. I'm so sorry, Badger, but actually he's gonna peek me. And the AV is the most annoying thing in this situation. Guess I'll just take 2k to the face and not cry about it. Or he will miss. He actually missed. Unbelievable. It's time to roll in though. 183 actually went the other direction. So we're gonna try and farm it out here. Yeah, that stun lock behind the corner, very annoying for us. Very annoying. So it's not looking like it's gonna be even... it's not even looking like 5k. It's not even looking like that. Well, we'll take it out. We'll start it off with a measly 4.4. That's what we'll set it off with. Yeah, we got locked behind that corner a little bit too long. Maybe I could have just taken the AV shot and been like whatever, but I didn't want to. I could have still died really easily. Maybe it would have been better to go back the other way and push from the south much earlier than what I did. To repressure that part of the map and farm from there? Not sure. Not sure. I thought the Archem might keep running, but he doesn't want to. 4.5, not a bad result whatsoever. Doing a little bit of brawling. Brawling with the boy. Erlenberg. What can we do on Erlenberg? We got a tier 9 battle. There is a tier 10 ID and a tier 9 ID though, which lowers the overall HP quite a bit. Otherwise, this would be around 28k, 29k. Again, it will be hard for us to utilize the tank properly in this because there's not many actual positions where we can use the -12. But we will, however, try our best to do so. First up, my new and favorite play on Erlenberg is to punish people trying to cross over on the 6th line by simply peeking the middle of the road and giving them a shot or two on the way. I might even consider... Nah, I won't actually. Yeah, 7's doing it already. The Leo is dead. Interesting. My IS-7 has already crossed over. I'm not sure if I like it. I kind of hate it. Because they are not going to be pushing up now whatsoever. I have no clue where the enemy 60p is. Although I just spotted a Conqueror driving across the open. Really nice shot there against that man though. I guess I could get a shot against the Conqueror here if I wait a little bit. We're aiming for like a 5k battle on this if we're looking at it. A good shot there to the Conqueror. We're gonna be spotted out of this, of course. Now the question is, did the Cobra fall back already? It does look to be the case. The Conqueror is getting pressed by the face. And speaking, he actually makes a good shot against the IS-7, and we find a bunch of people aiming here, and this position might just be ideal for us. We'll see. 1.2k damage. We keep it up. Third torso on flat ground. Heat goes through it there. The Rhino is re-pushing the IS-7. I cannot help him. And this man, as you can see, I just want to show you, is angling too much forward. And when you do that in the E3, you expose your roof. You always want to be on flat ground or above. Never whatever this man is doing now. And the biggest issue for me right now is that my IS-7 is most likely going to die. So I need to consider reversing. I know it sounds so weird, but I really need to consider backing up. I know it looks really weird, but I was afraid. I think you should be afraid technically in this scenario as well. But now that the Conqueror arrived, playing a little bit more. How many times is the main gun gonna get knocked out this battle? Because that's the 3rd time. And I know where the 1-to-1 is. He's on top of that. Hey, how many times does the main gun need to get knocked out, bro? Guess we found another downside to the tank. The gun just dies. Some really good shooting there, though. Now we would like to find the tortoise. I'm gonna try and side scrape a little bit here. We're kind of just flinging shells at him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 870. I'm doing this because I believe the 60p could pressure me again and kill me if he wanted to. I'd like to live. That makes sense? I would like to stay alive. What is our favorite idea in the game? The Bachelor ID. My teammates have made this a very difficult game. I need to stop for a second because, you know, secondary track. My teammates have made this a very difficult game between you and me. By not playing the city whatsoever. Together with this I-7 that has also made it very difficult for us by suiciding on the 3 line. Or on the 5 line, sorry. Instead of just living. That makes it very hard for us to get a proper game out here. Need to jump into the water. I wasn't sure if I was going to be unspotted or not, so I opted to gamba that I was not going to be, that I was going to be spotted, sorry, not that I was going to be unspotted. The biggest issue I have is that nobody is spotting anything. Good shots. Really? It spots me out? Oh man, I thought I was in the tree well enough. Unfortunately, I could have been a little more careful, but I thought this tree was covering me. Evidently, it wasn't. Yeah, my teammates made this game extremely hard. Conqueror that can't kill an E3, and the I-7 suiciding in, which allowed them to repush us and kill us, sadly. This was a positive battle, for me at least. Really good damage for me. Top of the board as well. Obviously losing credits. Sue me Reddit. Battle number 3. Oy, oy, oy. This will be an interesting one. This will definitely be a very, very interesting one altogether. I don't know if I like it. I really don't like it, to be honest. MM-wise, I'm not a fan. To be honest, really not. Double ID, double light. They have a Manticore, we get it to sack. I mean... The only good thing I will say is that we have the better passive bush IMO. Metastack gets blocked by... I don't even know who. By everybody, apparently. Yeah, guys, keep blocking the light tank player. Good job, guys. Man, I can't wait for the fully field modded Manticore, because 1470 HP is a fully field modded Manticore, to roll over my entire team. Now, sniping with this gun will be a little bit more difficult, because, like I said before, it's derpy. If he makes that, I'll be amazed. He made it. He did not make it. I do get a shot into the Manticore at least. And so does my RD. The Tasaka is sitting behind the bush. I'm not sure why. Oh my god, he just got penned by the RD. Still don't understand why the Tasaka is behind the bush instead of inside of it. I've asked him. We can only learn. This will be a longer game, to be honest. Nothing there. You could expect most of the enemy team to be sitting either in 1-2 line or around 1-2 line. Not much should be happening here for a while. Ah, Kunze Panda. Let the shot go because he was about to go below the ridge. Is that did that artillery just spin another guy? Are my artillery players just gods of this game or what? Dr. Nix and Dr. Nix Jr. Okay, there's the light. Ooh. I don't know why the Gonki is there though. Nice. 1.2, so we're slowly picking up some damage, and the good thing is we're not really being spotted a lot, so there's not much that they can do against this, because, you know, we're simply never spotted. So we don't have to worry. Now, if we would kill the light here... Ooh, you can see at least 3 tanks behind the lightweight. As the standard B took 3 hits from different people at the same time, which I guess is not a surprise here. I would like to make a peek here against the light. Just one. I wanted to like lower his HP a little bit. They're usually not ready for the initial peak. If he dies, the game is completely open. So what do we know? Gonki, CC, Leo. No surprises. Would have been cool if I hit it, but... Would have been even cooler if I had somebody actually pressuring. The sack is still sitting behind the bush. I don't know why. Of course, being this tall has one advantage for this tank. You can peek ridges like this relatively easily. Which is just a nice thing, to be honest. And with the gun depression, you never really struggle to like, you know, even from here, just like lift your turret up over the little building. I'm actually surprised that bounced. Yeah, we're not going to be getting a shot on that soon again. You see, the gun is still very, very derpy on range. And that has nothing to do with like not having stabs, because stabs wouldn't change this since we're fully aimed. There we go. My face has died, not the greatest surprise. It would be really cool if we could hit one more, but probably the conch will hit it and then we're going to be allowed to hit it. See? It just didn't want us to get maximum damage out of it. Ooh, the crown got blasted in the meantime as well. I mean, to be honest, my Tasak could always go kill. A T-54 lightweight whenever he wants to. Is it clear here? Seems to be. We got a freebie on the RD. Well, did my Tasak get spotted because he was sitting behind the bush? Maybe. Was it not intelligent from him to sit behind the bush to begin with? Probably. Is he alive? Yeah. Does that change it? You know, the fact where it wasn't really smart? No. Don't know why he was sitting behind the bush to begin with. Ooh, E100. Darling. He'll go despotted soon though. He's driving outside of our draw range. I don't know if I can really help the Leo, but I don't think that they have anybody spotting in the enemy team at all. Which means that I can peek this ridge fairly uncontested. Like I said, I don't think they have anybody spotting, to be honest. Like, the enemy team is just refusing to spot altogether. Like, nobody wants to play. Oh, never mind, I take it back. Somebody has opted to spot the Leo. And my Tasak is just speaking that. That's a bit sad. Now I cannot kill the... or damage the E100 further. Yeah, I realized that little wreck was blocking my shot. So I had to peek a little bit more than I wanted to. Very good peek on that as well. I assume that they're centered around this part. Hence why I'm peeking, like kind of close to the rock. Because that's what I believe in right now. At least if I had to predict where this enemy team would be centered around, that's what I would say. But yeah, you can see this tank feels good. It plays good as well. But people calling it the new chief, I personally think it's a bit of a stretch. Let me know what you think in the comments. But like I said, I find it a bit of a stretch, to be honest. Donkey, a little bit of damage. Another good shot. Nice. And the finish. I mean, this is just easy pickings at this point, guys, you know. This is not really testing my capabilities. It's a Prokhorovka battle where my teammates are driving down 1-2, slowly but surely. And I'm trying to hit as many shots as I can while they do that. While we pray that our Tsaak at some point in time remembers the part that he is a light tank, right? And decides to just go wide and go sit in a bush. Instead of whatever it is he's attempting right now. Is it getting a little bit on my nerves what the Tsaak is doing? Yes. I really waste my ammo right now. The Tsaak. I am fine. I will go. Is it the side going now? Oh. I have one more HE shell that I would like to put into AIV. But we've had a really good game here now. Oh, do 752. You spotted out the Force. No, he spotted out me too. Better shot me. I wanted to put the HE shell into the AV. I get to put the HE shell into the AV as well. More damage is always appreciated. So now we know the gorilla is the only one left with HP. We have 7.8, no blinds. And a good amount of damage. But yeah, you can see this is actually very comfy tank ammo. Wow, poor gorilla man. 668, 664. That's crazy unlucky. I'm not gonna get the spot him actually. And we got 8.3 and a little bit more assist. Let's see. Balls the battle, 8.2, top of the board. Really, really good game coming out of this one. Now for field mods and equipment, because the tank is already pretty fast, I've decided to dump an experimental turbo on this just to help the gun handling a little bit. I've come to the conclusion that experimental turbo is just really nice to have, to be honest. If you can put it. If you don't, then regular works just fine. HP and rammer, the gun can handle this, and I think this is the ultimate combination for you as well, even with the reverse tracks, of course. Second setup, I would probably consider something like turbo vents rammer or HP vents rammer, simply because that is another possibility for smaller maps where you don't need turbo or you don't need HP. And then for the field mod section, of course, nothing for the first aiming circle size, then we take the view range, then we take the reverse speed, and as last, we took the managed HE shell damage. I just wanted to see what it did. You could also leave this open, to be honest. It's completely up to you. Now, I think after watching this video, you can see that this tank has some very, very good potency in what it can do, but the drawbacks, you know, the fact that it still has a pretty significant cupola, that the hull stays not that great, the long turret, which is always sticking out, and yeah, its general size working against it a little bit, keeps it back from being too powerful, but it is still a very, very good tank, in my opinion, in nowadays World of Tanks. That takes a little bit of finesse to play properly, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be an absolute banger for you.